Imagine just for a moment that everything you've ever believed about global finance is only the surface of a much deeper network, one filled with silent agreements, interbank strategies, and long-term digital transformation plans whispered about behind closed doors. Now imagine that in this speculative universe, a blurred screenshot begins circulating online, a supposed internal Ripple memo referencing partnerships with 40 central banks for the future of cross-border payment modernization. This screenshot is fuzzy, unverified, and almost certainly fan-made, yet it ignites a wildfire of discussion. People ask, what if this were true? What would it mean? And that is exactly what we're exploring today, a hypothetical deep dive into the global landscape. If XRP were suddenly adopted on an unprecedented international scale, in this alternate reality scenario, the financial world is portrayed as a vast chessboard, where every move has global consequences and each piece represents a powerful institution or influential player. Here, Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, is imagined as one of the master architects quietly moving strategic pieces behind the scenes, orchestrating complex maneuvers that ripple through markets. Not in real life, this is pure speculation, a narrative device for storytelling. But in this thought experiment, he becomes a symbolic figure representing the immense reach of institutional power. Fans envision him meeting with the BIS, shaping theoretical frameworks for liquidity, tokenization, and instant settlements, influencing the very architecture of tomorrow's financial systems. The community loves this kind of storyline. The world's largest asset manager supposedly helping design a backbone for futuristic global finance, connecting continents and markets, and of course, this is purely fictional, but it raises fascinating what-ifs that fuel endless debates online about the future of cross-border systems and the pivotal role digital assets could one day play in transforming the world economy. In our fictional storyline, an offhand comment from a financial official about improving cross-border payment efficiency is twisted into something explosive. The comment is public and vague, but commentators in this imagined universe reinterpret it dramatically. Not just support for innovation, but a secret endorsement of XRP. The official never mentions XRP in real life, but in this hypothetical narrative, fans dissect every syllable, every pause, every gesture in the interview as if it were a treasure map, pointing directly to Ripple's technology. This exaggeration becomes gasoline for a viral narrative, igniting conversations and speculation at lightning speed. It spreads rapidly in forums, social platforms, and YouTube thumbnails, with bold headlines declaring that a global shift is underway and that fortunes could be made overnight. The excitement escalates further when fictional analysts in this alternate world begin drawing wild charts, confidently predicting XRP skyrocketing to $500 and beyond. On screen, a price chart shoots upward in a vertical line, unrealistic and fantastical, but perfect for suspense, drama, and imaginative exploration. These speculative lines represent not financial advice, but the emotional intensity and hope of investor dreams, visions of sudden wealth and life-changing gains. It's the "what if everything goes right" fantasy that fuels bull market imaginations and keeps optimism alive. It's exaggeration, it's dramatization, but it's undeniably captivating, drawing in dreamers and skeptics alike, eager to see what happens next. As our video exploration unfolds, we dive deeper into the imagined mechanics of such a scenario. We talk about how central banks function, how liquidity systems work, and what would theoretically need to happen for digital assets to play a role in institutional settlement layers, keeping it educational despite the fictional setup. We discuss the layers of infrastructure that would be required, from compliance frameworks to interoperable messaging systems to global policy standardization. We examine the difference between real-world innovations like ISO 20022 and community-driven narratives that elevate certain assets into mythical status. We even break down how Ripple's actual technology works today, on-demand liquidity messaging tools, settlement flows, so viewers understand the difference between technology that exists and speculation that entertains. As the video continues, we transition into broader reflections about human psychology and markets, why people crave certainty, why narratives feel more powerful than spreadsheets, and why community theories often evolve into digital folklore. We explore the idea of financial myth-making, the process by which real facts get blended with hopes, anecdotes, and ambitious predictions. For many viewers, these imagined scenarios become symbolic stories of transformation, disruption, and the desire for everyday people to benefit from the future of finance. This becomes a deeper conversation about trust, modern banking, decentralization, and the emotional connection individuals form with their investments. We dig into the concept of global adoption, what it does and does not mean in reality. We explain how central banks typically adopt frameworks, standards, and infrastructure, not specific tokens, and why the real-world path for digital asset inclusion is slow, steady, and packed with regulatory checkpoints. But because this is a speculative scenario, we explore what it would look like if things unfolded dramatically instead of gradually. We paint a cinematic picture: high-level meetings, confidential briefings, international task forces, and the unveiling of a global cross-border payment revolution powered by blockchain. The music swells, the visuals intensify, but the narration keeps reminding viewers this is entertainment, a thought experiment, a creative exploration, not a depiction of real events. As we move toward the final act, the video pivots to reflection. Could something like this ever happen? What would the world look like if instant settlement became universal? How would everyday users benefit? What risks would emerge? And what lessons can investors take away from how quickly speculation becomes news on the internet? The goal is to empower viewers with insight, not promises. Finally, the closing message arrives. Instead of telling viewers to buy now or prepare for an announcement next week, we end responsibly, with clarity and engagement, encouraging viewers to always research carefully, question everything they hear online, and explore the fascinating world of digital finance. With both curiosity and caution, the fictional scenario becomes a teaching moment, an exploration of how narratives spread, and how to think critically about financial information in the digital age. To wrap up, we invite the audience to share their own thoughts. What would the future of global payments look like if blockchain adoption accelerates? What realistic role could digital assets play? And what speculative scenarios are the community's favorites? Viewers are encouraged to comment, engage, and join the conversation, turning imagination into dialogue. Please remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor, and the information I share is based on my own experiences and opinions. The content presented in these videos is purely for entertainment purposes and should not be taken as professional financial advice. I always encourage viewers to conduct their own research, stay informed, and consult with qualified professionals before making any financial decisions. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending your valuable time with me today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you turn on the notifications so you'll be the first to know when I release new content and updates. I'm excited to catch up with you in the upcoming video. Take care, and see you soon.